Weekly Astrology, December 19th. The week begins with a retrograde station of Mercury. We all remember this pesky little event that happens roughly 3 to 4 times a year. This particular retrograde activity begins in Capricorn, backs into Sagittarius, and then returns to Capricorn where it stations direct again. During its motion, the planet of communication closes in on Pluto by aspect and heightens the transition we are currently witnessing. We're about to see a very unusual and dramatic shifts in the way in which we operate as a country. These unprecedented events are likely to stir the feelings of many as optimism, confusion, obfuscation, and uncertainty descend upon us, and rather than providing clarity and guidance, we will most likely offer surprises and unusual turns of events. Many things involving communications are likely to come undone as this planet wreaks havoc on the common knowledge base. What we once thought was predictable may now become anything but. The retrograde generally lasts about 3 weeks, but there is a shadow period before and after which also bears noting. During this time we may see a softened approach to many unusual events. The general theme of this retrograde will be that of demolition and reconstruction. As we gaze out in the changing landscape of our societies, we may see a very new scene unlike any other imagined before. Elsewhere, as we approach and pass the winter solstice this week, and the days begin to lighten from this period forward. While many of us may welcome the turning of this corner, we have much to do before we are clear. Most notable is the Jupiter opposition of Uranus. These two planets represent distinctly different models of symbolism. Uranus is the tricky one that brings surprise and innovation to the scene, while Jupiter expresses optimism and hope. While those words are narrow in their depiction of these two planets, they do allow us some insight into what we might expect. If we extend their definitions further, we can see that Jupiter also inflates that which it aspects, so that might present a big surprise. Uranus is the planet that also stands for revolution, rebellion, and suspense. If we consider what might happen under this alignment, we can easily envision an overturning of something that has already been established. What might that entail? A recount? A surprise encounter? A large act of rebellion? When we glance out at the current political climate, we might be able to imagine such an act occurring. This is not to be alarmist, but rather pondering the implications of what might happen. This is a very unusual time. We're living in unusual times. Listen each week to Turning of the Wheel podcast. Interesting guests, great topics, information that you can use. Write to me for a reading if you want from my website, turningthewheel.com or turningthewheel.tv. And if you want to, you can call me, 978-393-1036. I appreciate all your support and looking forward to the new year. I have got a lot of big plans for what's to come, and hopefully we'll see something come to fruition as we navigate these troubled waters. Take care. I'll talk to you all next week.